In the beginning of the story, the Amazon rainforest is being destroyed by massive deforestation. As the trees are cut down, the homes of the local tribal people are also destroyed. Meanwhile, at a university in America, we meet a girl named Justine who lives with her roommate. Together, they attend a class where the teacher explains that in many parts of the world, some tribes still follow cruel traditions, especially towards African women. Hearing this shocks and disturbs Justine. After class, when Justine is alone, a boy approaches her, saying that Alejandro has sent her a plate and invited her to a meeting. Alejandro is the charismatic leader of a college group that travels around the world, raising awareness for environmental conservation. Always involved in one mission or another, he is known for his passionate activism. Since Justine is also interested in social work, she decides to attend the meeting. That evening, Alejandro explains their new mission: to travel to the Amazon jungle and protect a local tribe from a multinational company. The company is cutting down the forest to extract petroleum, endangering the tribe's existence. Alejandro says the company is backed by retired soldiers, but their group must stop the destruction by chaining themselves to the site and live streaming the situation to draw international media attention. The hope is that global protests will pressure the company to withdraw. Impressed by this plan, Justine agrees to join. The next day, she calls her father, a lawyer at the UN, and lies that she's going on a trip with friends. Soon after, the group meets Alejandro's friend, who is funding the trip. They board a private plane, travel to a nearby town, and then head to a hotel for rest. Later, they take a boat into the Amazon rainforest. Wearing matching uniforms, they reach the company's site. They chain themselves to trees and bulldozers, put on masks, and begin filming everything live. Their goal is to show the world what the company is doing. When the private military arrives to remove them, they discover that everyone's chains are locked, except Justine's, whose lock is faulty. A soldier grabs her, points a gun at her head, and threatens to kill her. Terrified, she cries and pleads for Alejandro's help. Shockingly, Alejandro tells the soldier to go ahead, revealing to everyone that her father works for the UN, implying this will cause global outrage. The live video quickly goes viral, forcing the company to halt its work. The group is arrested by police, but Alejandro's friend bribes them, and they are released. Back on their private plane, they celebrate their success, but Justine feels uneasy, realizing they had used her for their own gain. Mid-flight, the plane's engine fails. The pilots lose control, and part of the plane breaks off, throwing 2 passengers out. Moments later, the aircraft crashes deep into the forest, killing both pilots, Alejandro's friend, and several others. Survivors, including Justine and Alejandro, escape the wreckage, surrounded by bodies and debris, before the plane explodes. With no phone signal, they try to find a GPS device for help. Suddenly, they hear strange sounds from the jungle. Alejandro's girlfriend investigates, but an arrow strikes her. As Justine tries to help, another arrow hits her head, killing her instantly. The attackers are members of a local tribe who see the outsiders as enemies. The survivors try to run, but one by one, they are struck by arrows and rendered unconscious. The tribe loads them onto boats and takes them to their settlement. The tribe members, painted in red, look fierce and intimidating. On the way to the leader, the tribe begins pulling the captives' hair, terrifying them. They spot human corpses hanging nearby and realize with horror that the tribe are cannibals. The tribe's female leader, painted in yellow, orders her people to stop harassing the newcomers and inspects them closely before locking them in a cage. One of their friends is missing. Soon they see him brought before the female leader, who touches his face, gives him a strange liquid to drink, and lays him on a stone. She gouges out his eyes and shows them to the cheering tribe. Then the male leader cuts off the man's limbs and head. The women cook the remains, and the tribe feasts on his flesh, leaving the captives trembling in fear. That night, the group discusses their situation. Alejandro reveals the shocking truth: he and the funder brought everyone here for money. A rival company paid him to remove the first company, and he gained both profit and fame from it. He even admits that Justine was invited because of her father's UN position, ensuring protection if things went wrong. The group realizes Alejandro is selfish and has betrayed them for his own benefit. The next day, Justine notices a young girl standing in front of her. She plays a tune for her using the fluid from her necklace. Moments later, the tribe's male leader arrives, taking 3 girls from the cage and lining them up before the female leader. The female leader performs a test by inserting something into their private parts to check who is a virgin. They discover that Justine has never had sex. The other two girls are put back into the cage, while Justine is taken to a hut. Inside the cage, the others whisper that they can't just die here, they have to do something. But the tribe's guards are always watching, making escape impossible. Then, one of the boys gets an idea. He sets a ringtone on Alejandro's phone and tosses it far away. Hearing the sound, a guard goes to investigate, giving one girl a chance to escape with help from her companion. Later, the tribe returns Justine to the cage. Strange paint marks now cover her face and body, but she remembers nothing. She had been unconscious. Soon the tribe brings food. One girl looks into her bowl and finds a piece of human skin with a tattoo. She realizes it belonged to her friend, the one who had escaped earlier. The truth hits. The tribe caught her, killed her, and now everyone is eating her. Overcome with grief, she smashes her bowl, uses a shard to slit her throat, and dies instantly. A boy stuffs weed into her mouth, knowing that if the tribe eats her, they'll get intoxicated. The tribe collects her body, cooks her, and feasts. As planned, many tribe members become dizzy or pass out. Seizing the moment, Justine and Daniel escape their cage. Alejandro, however, knocks one of his companions unconscious. He believes that if they all try to escape, they'll be caught and killed. His selfish plan is to stay until the logging company returns to cut down the trees, hoping they will rescue him. He even reasons that if the unconscious man is eaten first, Alejandro will survive longer. Justine and Daniel leave Alejandro behind. When the man regains consciousness, he finds two tribe members sitting near him, laughing. Thinking they're drunk, he tries to distract them, but they suddenly start biting and eating his hand. He runs, but the tribe surrounds him. Still intoxicated, he's overpowered and eaten alive. Meanwhile, Justine and Daniel push forward, reaching a river. They spot smoke from the crash site, but Justine slips and falls into the water. Daniel pulls her out using a branch, and they continue until nightfall, arriving at the crash site. There, they find their friends' bodies hanging as a burial ritual. Justine hears a phone ringing from one of the corpse's pockets. When they retrieve it, the tribe ambushes them, knocking them unconscious. The next morning, Justine wakes to find herself being prepared for a ritual. Daniel is tied to a pillar, beaten, and has his limbs broken. The tribe smears a special mixture on his body, attracting swarms of ants that bite him relentlessly. His screams echo through the village. The female leader begins a ritual on Justine's private parts, but before she can finish, a man arrives with news. Loggers have entered the forest. The tribe rushes out to confront them, leaving only children to guard Alejandro. The little girl whom Justine had played music for earlier sneaks in and frees her. Justine runs to Daniel, but he is in unbearable pain from the ant bites. Begging her to end his suffering, she knocks him unconscious. She flees with the little girl. Alejandro calls for help, but Justine ignores him and escapes. The girl leads her toward the jungle's exit, and Justine gives her the flute necklace as thanks. Soon, another girl and her father try to catch Justine. But the path ahead is guarded by the jaglion, a deadly hybrid of a male jaguar and a female lion. The tribe fears it, believing it will kill anyone who approaches, so they stop chasing her. With no choice, Justine takes the path. Luckily, the jaglion has recently hunted and is resting, allowing her to pass unharmed. She eventually reaches a clearing where military forces are attacking the tribe. Raising her hands, she shouts, "I'm American." She pretends to film them with a phone, saying, "I'm a survivalist, let me leave." The soldiers stop, call a helicopter, and evacuate her. When the pilot asks if there's anyone else, Justine lies, saying no. She returns home. Days later, during an official investigation, she claims all her friends died in the crash and that the tribe took care of her, avoiding the truth to protect them from government retaliation and deforestation of the Amazon. Later, Alejandro's sister calls, revealing that satellite images have spotted Alejandro alive in the jungle, his body painted black, suggesting he may now be part of the tribe. And with that, the movie ends. So that's it. Hope you enjoy the story. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos.